Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to my home studio, and welcome to day 9. Burn it. Oh, no, there's that. There you go. We've marked out all of the holes, and we know what we're doing. Now I've just put a coat of Renaissance wax on the aluminium here, just to protect it a little bit and also protect the player. It's rich, isn't it?
Rich.
It is rich. Phew. I've just realised I haven't waxed the headstock yet. Or at least the front of it. So there we go. Waxed. Done. Sorted. The time has well and truly come.
Sure.
To put this off for another week. Parallel jaw pliers, fantastic things. So now these little mini toggles have 3 positions, and we're going to have it set up so that you've got, well, something going on, I'm not sure yet. Basically 2 kill positions and 1 on, because these are the ones that I have. And there we go. This is an awkward guitar to do this to be honest.
Who designed it that way?
The hive mind. Now, if I was worried about the scratches, I'd just put a bit of masking tape down, but I really am not. There we go.
Graham B wants to know if the authentic Star Wars parts showed up.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. There we go. So there are 2 of them. I'm keeping 1. 2 of those are really huge, whereas 1 on its own with these switches actually seems to be okay. They were in movie 9, and yeah, we really appreciate it. It was Matt, wasn't it?
Matt Roman.
Matt Roman. All right, those are in. We've got our shielding paint all done. Now, some people would say that I need to wire this all up outside of the guitar, and I just don't see the point necessarily. Here we do have some very shiny, glossy, plasticky things, and that's annoying. I've got an old, coarse thread rubber. It's just a case of just rubbing it down a little bit. Now, I don't particularly want to do the sides too much. Come on, this is so difficult to film. There we go. So that's now not as shiny. And you can sort of see the difference that we've got if you can focus on it, because it's a weird thing to film. These are just standard Wilkinson P90s. I had a bunch of different, they're budget, yet fairly good actually. I'm desperate to finish this particular task so I can run upstairs.
The rain isn't helping, is it?
The rain is not helping, nor is the sheer amount of coffee that I have imbibed.
He's turned his mic off. We won't get any awkward audio, so it's fine. Robert R. This break time, don't do anything, just see if it drives Ben nuts trying to figure out what you did. I think I'm going to try that because he'll be back any minute. He's coming back with a big box.
What have you done?
Nothing? Maybe.
We've got some made in Japan, spelled M-A-I-D, Wilkinson, and 2 of them are hot and 1 of them is F-spaced. They're all F-spaced, but 2 of them are hot. So we're going to put the not so hot one in the middle and then see where we end up with the rest. Now I need to sort out some of the holes. We've got a hole that's drilled through, but that edge there, where the cable goes through, then wants to push down because the edge of the pickup is pushing on it. So I just need to reduce those a little bit. If I had just routed a channel, it would be easier still. But I didn't, so that's that. We'll just gloss over this fact and leave it alone for now. Yeah? You all right? Good. Thought so. I do believe progress has been made. So the cables are all the same length, which means that as long as I put them all in the same orientation, I will know which pickup is which just by dint of how long the cable is. So we've got that pickup in there. And it's a tad high. And that's due to all of that gubbins. I don't want screws, I don't want springs, I don't want pads, I want it to be direct mounted, and we routed it to the right height for that, but I didn't count for these leads. So here we are. Okay, we're there. That is actually, woohoo, success people. Okay, so that's just putting some wax in those holes. I might have to snip these. No, there you go, that works very well. I am surprised at the quality of the screws. I was going gently because I was expecting the screw heads to strip and all of that jazz, but in reality, they're not that bad. These drill holes are, I think, going to go straight through, potentially. I'm using some standard binding that I'm just going to use to pick the pickups up. Just like so. And I'm going to glue that down as well. So there's super glue on the binding. Just goes in there. Whoops. It's a good thing we don't mind about dropping things on this battle damaged guitar, isn't it? So here we've got these locking tuner sections, and that's where my screws went.
Now you know you have
pickups.
to open every packet in every box.
No, I put them there to keep them safe, and then obviously immediately lost them. The nuts that hold these tuners down have got a bevel only on the top edge of the nut. You're not really going to be able to see it, but that is actually, yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, the nut cube really is actually pretty amazing. So what I've currently got is the string coming out at a 45-degree angle-ish, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I might have to cut slots in here, I don't know. I'm wondering why that doesn't want to tighten all the way. I've got more than enough thread. I miscalculated a little bit. These headstock things are a little bit too thin, and that is meaning that I'm not able to tighten them properly. So I'm just looking for a washer or two. So I've put just a small steel washer. Yep, that's what we're after. Line up the edge. We're good. Okay, what this does, so these have a directionality. You see how it's flat on two sides, and that points the hole, the locking hole, directly up. So you've got that sorted and that lined up properly, and it also works, I'm sure, on a standard headstock. So if you want to put this tuning system onto a guitar that still has a, I don't know, Fender headstock or something, it'll do the job. We are actually going to call it now, and no, I'm not going to have a Princess Leia costume next week. We're just going to finish the build as it should. Welcome to Crimson Guitars. Welcome to day 10 of a one-day build, and this is going to, I hope, be a relatively short one because we are almost there. I'm fully expecting, short of natural disaster or, I don't know, a heart attack or something, I'm expecting to finish this. We've got a multi-laminate three-piece neck in flame maple with veneer highlights. We've got a mahogany body, true mahogany, a rosewood top with an aluminium secondary top on top of that rosewood top, tip top, yeah. It has a headless system. Now, I had several of these headless systems. They are very cool. They're from Riviera Guitars, and what I didn't realize is that they've got a system that you can use to put on a guitar that already has a headstock and you don't want to remove the headstock, which is the system that we ended up using. And I was like, it's not a true headless, but anyway, we'll design this headstock. It turns out they actually do have a headless system, which I really wish I'd known about, because this guitar would be headless and it would have taken a lot less time. We're all just a tad worried about the stability of this. There is the aluminium, it's not adding much strength, but you've got some short grain and a lot of tension. This may disintegrate on us. And if it's going to do it, it's going to do it today, because we're about to string up.
First super chat from Terry Love.
Terry, you're in at the beginning and we love you for it. That wasn't even a pun, that was just the truth.
There you go. Will he or won't he finish, that is? I mean, even Ben has to finish something somewhere, right?
I can't believe that we put Terry in a timeout on day 1 because he didn't believe that I could do it. And yet here we are, day 10, and he was entirely borne out, and I feel, well, I feel like I was nasty, really. Anyway, so I ended up having to buy just standard self-coloured washers and spray paint them. Now the problem is it doesn't go all the way over that, and that's too thick, so I'm still going to have to do something unexpected. Do you know what? I'm going to whack this in the lathe. That's what I'm going to do. It's the quickest option. I've got a lip of about 3/4 of a millimeter where that widens out, and it's too thick. It's still too thick and too long. So I'm going to put this in the lathe. I'm going to turn that down a fraction and we'll be done. What we've got is a locking system there and a hardened steel, I assume, bar just goes through. It's a very simple system. This engages the belts. Now, people shout at me for not having oil. I fill these oil things on the regular basis, but they leak all the way through, and yeah, it's problematic. Anyway, is this even turned on? Woohoo! So all of that work to remove a very small amount of material. There we go. It's not going to be the last lathe work of the morning. It actually felt like aluminium. Very soft. You there. The second one there. And we're good to go. The edge of that section's got 2 flats on it, so it locates nicely on the headstock. PPE, of course. And there we go. Do that. Now I know this headstock wasn't what we'd actually planned, but in reality, the headstock. This tuning system wasn't what we had in mind 2 or 3 months ago when we started this one-day build, and we decided we were going to do a headless system. But I do like the way it's worked out, actually. There's the nut we made. I'm just going to spot glue that in with a little bit of super glue. I've seen people using shellac to just spot glue something, and yeah, that's easier to delaminate and doesn't get quite as much all over the place. So I would say medium super glue is about what you want. If if you've only got thin stuff, find an alternative. Okay, and then you use your fingers to sort of locate it, make sure we're good. Which we are. Well, that's an achievement. Look at that. 28 minutes in, and I've done something. So the plan for today is finish this, get her wired up, get her playing, basically set up and see what's happening. The neck, last time I checked, had a bit of back bow in it, which is still the case, and it hasn't got worse. So we'll see what happens with that once there's string tension, etc. Now we also have to turn the screen-used Star Wars prop that is just so incredibly cool. I have to do a little bit of turning on that. What do you think? These two screws came through, and that's a bit of a pity. They're holding the bridge pickup in. I'm going to clip those back. So now it's a case of taking it, filing it down a little bit, and being done. So now those are hidden, they're below the level of the back, and I'm just going to go in. Who are they? That's just at the level of the back. Black in the middle, and a tinsy bit of the vibrant oxblood crimson stunning stones. I'm not actually holding it, I'm just making sure it's not going where I don't want it to go. And there we go. Okay, so there we go. So there's a fair old chunk, there's a little bit of back of forward motion. This isn't a fluid. I'm not going wow all the way down. I think that's actually more than enough. It's just bottoming out at one corner here, which once it's in place, I can actually go in and cut a little bit of meat off. So yeah, I think that'll do. Let me know in the chat how you install your springs.
Garage Master Guitar says not at an angle.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that might be the case.
And Bjorn says, are you technically allowed to install spring before the 21st of March?
Ha ha. Will you be my friend? That's my sort of joke.
Marcus Dresden Guitar says springs should all be straight to have an even distribution of tension.
See, I am putting them in at an angle to create tension. At an angle? What angle? Me? Angle? Never.
Bob Van Dyck says one might say springs are quite a tense topic.
see, this is where the whole guitar might actually disintegrate.
Lots of people saying nicely stained fingers there. Caught red-handed.
Yeah, always.
Oops.
Okay, so let's go for it. I did not want to chop the ends of the strings off while in the headstock because, well, I didn't want to, but I'm gonna have to. So you loosen the locking pin. Pull that through.
Graham B. OMG, you're actually gonna finish it today. Lol, 1 day build, you just didn't say which day. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. So we're off to green. You're fine.
So cool.
Sorry. Okay, so tension, lock. Now this headstock doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. Something's not great. Wow, something snapped. Nope, didn't snap. Never mind. The ball end was just not in the right place. Actually, that's not lined up properly.
Crack.
Talitha said crack. I have a problem here, young lady. Take that out. It's floating. I want to put some more tension on the springs at the back. Our action is actually pretty not bad. Pretty not bad at all. Beautiful. Let's make music. I really don't think the headstock's going to fall off.
Terry loves Super Chat. Damn it, that thing might actually play.
We've got a super low action. Yeah, it's too low. The neck is also essentially flattened out. So we had a little bit of back bow. Remember, this is why we do have dual action truss rods in case that hadn't worked itself out. Oh my God, that feels weird. I've got to customize the control knob. I've got to wire it up. We've got to play with the setup a little bit more. But where we currently sit is an instrument that has not disintegrated on being strung up, which in my book is a win. There's no frets. It feels like I'm playing a fretless guitar, but it's in tune. It's amazing. I mean, it'll take a little bit of getting used to. And there's the bells attached as well.
really like the look of that headstock.
There are so many people who hate it, and they're wrong. And I think it's just because they wanted it to be a proper headless. Yarg!
I have a question.
Don't you dare.
No,
You've got a glint in your eye that's going to cause trouble for me.
I'm just wondering why you decided to put the strings on before you actually finished all the wiring.
So that I can then immediately test it and see what it sounds like. Gosh darn, that's sexy. The guitar's quite attractive too. Okay, so far I absolutely love this bridge. And I do love this headstock. In all seriousness, if anybody does want to buy one of these, we will make them for you. Whether it's custom ordered or not, we can do it with or without this headstock headless system or not. It's not, it's something we can and would definitely do. So if you want one, get in touch. It would be with normal frets, at least initially. But get in touch. I'm really happy with how that worked. Oh, there we go. And that string and that string are maybe just touching the aluminium. Like if they look straight to me. So if it's touching it, it's kissing it gently and with feeling. I don't know, I'm excited, leave me alone. Now, we've got this knob here. I need to get over onto the lathe and drill that out so that it can fit over the potentiometer, and I also need to put in a grub screw from one side so that it can lock onto the potentiometer. I am 99% sure that the drill bit currently in the chuck of the lathe is the correct one, but 99 is not 100. So it's not a major cut. That'll do. There we go. He says, only having done part of the job? No! There we go. That should do it. Goggles. Now it's already being located by the flute, so I'm not going to bother with a center punch. I want it a little bit lower. I should probably clean this waffle away, to be honest. Now it depends on how close your initial hole is to what thread you're cutting. Generally, half a turn forward, quarter of a turn back. Often less than that, to be honest. The last thing you want to do is snap off your hardened steel tap. That is now tapped and done and good and relatively clean and cool. Now the trick is when you're putting a grub screw held down control knob onto a split shaft potentiometer, you put the grub screw in line with the split and that pushes everything out. you have to have something that's nicely fitted like this. Ta-da! Woo-hoo-hoo. I've got to do the wiring, and in that, because I'm doing the wiring, because I need to do the wiring, I'm going to do something else, and that is just put the strap buttons on and be done. Okay, so you start going straight in. Shit. Get the speed right. So, poll, we either want a strap button here on the end of the body or here on the back.
%52% the back.
Cool, you are right. You are right. So that's the basic diagram. That's to jack. Going there. This is your in. So we're going to have our switches daisy chained. Daisy chained, is that the correct term? Pickup goes into the switch somewhere and then out of the switch. So I need to have a look at that at this point. Now, one thing that a lot of people say you shouldn't do is blow on the solder to cure it.
Cool it.
To cool it down, because apparently you're adding moisture and thus weakening the whole joint, etc. That I have on very good authority is just utter bull. It always felt like a myth to me. But anyway, so that is our ground going from the spring bath to the back of the pot. And I'm just going to solder that in place now as well. Okay, so I've scratched this surface to give this solder something to grab onto. There we go, that's holding nice. So that's our ground done and we can call it a day. We've got 3 different pickup wires and they're all different lengths and they've started out the same length. So I know which is which. So that's absolutely fine. And they're single coils, so we've got ground and live. So I'm just going to, well, start soldering really. So this is my neck. I chop it up. And yeah, that just pushes back a little bit. And you're sorted. Now this is going to end up being soldered to the same area here, or to the pot, to bring everything to ground. and install. Yeah.
FAV Guitars or Fav Guitars, super chat.
Thank you.
CNC for great guitar build-off, cheating or a valid way to express creativity?
I think there are now more guitar builders using CNCs than none, and it's absolutely valid. I used to feel the other way. Okay, now the other thing that I haven't done yet is I haven't grounded all three of these to the earth. So those two are soldered together there. That one is now soldered to the pot. I just need to add a little bit of solder here and we'll be sorted. Oh, look at that, guys. Looks like we're finishing. This is not going all the way through into the area that is painted with the shielding paint, so it's not going to be an issue. That is my ground, and this here is my live. I've got the pickups all going to the switches in at the end. The central section is going from each pickup out to here. The end of the pot is the in, goes through the pot, the potentiometer does what it wants, and it goes out from there to the jack. Everything needs to be connected to ground. The ground is connected from here to the pot, from here to the pot. Those 3 ground wires are all connected to each other and to the ground, and also to the shielding paint, etc. Everything works, it's perfect! Check it out. So I'm so successful.
Super chat from Terry Love.
Hi Terry.
He says, yay, it works. Now Ben needs to get someone who can play to test it.
Those 3 little things. 3 little things there, Talitha. Put Terry in a timeout. I need to screw in the jack. I think that's a finished guitar. Bye now. See you next stream. So there's no frets. It's amazing.
That's not the Star Wars theme.
No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. So just checking.
I thought you were going to play Top Gun. I thought you were going to bust out the Top Gun theme tune. And Bartissimo wants to know how much you're going to offer Rich so you can keep the guitar.
So the Top Gun theme tune was the very first thing that I ever learned how to play on a guitar, and it was on a sort of shitty Fender Strat copy found in my friend's cupboard that only had 2 strings on it, and were the top 2 strings. So that was literally what I just did there was... Oh. All right, so I need to adjust... So the truss rod does need a little bit of movement. It doesn't feel like there are any frets, but there are frets. So basically the whole thing feels a lot slinkier and a hell of a lot faster. So this is the neck, this is the middle, and this is the bridge. Middle again.
Super chat from Rich.
Shut up!
I'm stuck at work till 8, came in at the right time.
She lives, she breathes. I thought you were going to tell me to stop playing because I'm murdering it already. This is your guitar note. I am, yeah, I'm really happy. Me saying congratulations just sounds like I'm picking myself up. Congratulations on winning this beautiful thing. Rich, you are never going to get used to tuning from here and not there. My bad, I turned the volume on my mic down manually when I was doing the guitar because I didn't want to hurt you.
Wilson's World 02 says, wow, and it only took 1 day. Well done, bud.
All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching this one day build. This one day build. That's it. I'm channeling Adam Savage. We're good. I am incredibly happy with how this guitar turned out. It feels even better than I thought it would. It feels like a fretless guitar, but with actual intonation. It feels like there is basically no action, which is strange. I normally play with a very high action and medium jumbo frets. It is just incredible. It will take a little bit of getting used to. I'm not going to say it won't, but when you're used to it, oh holy hellfire. I am very happy with the headstock. I'm very happy with the feel. It sounds incredible. I've just reminded myself how much I love P90s, and having 3, we built this guitar as a collaboration between you guys and myself. From the ground up, every single major design choice was collaborative, and those who say that that dilutes things and would create a poor guitar, they're wrong. I'm just very happy. The calves, people were worried about the access because the top of the horn goes all the way up there. I've got more access. I can actually play. Well, I can't play. It's patently obvious, but if I could play, I could play all the way up. I can tap onto the pickups and everything. You've got all the access you could want. I enjoyed the calves in the back there. That's really pretty. There was a little bit more sanding that I would tend to like. There's a few more angles than I would normally go for, but, well, it doesn't matter what I think. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Click like, subscribe if you have not yet done so, and bear in mind this was done as a live stream every single Monday, pretty much every single Monday for the rest of my life. I'm going to be building something on the live stream on the main Crimson Custom Guitars channel from 11 o'clock UK time, and I would love to see you there. Click like, subscribe. Said that. I'm emotionally wrecked. I finished it. It took 9 whole days longer than I thought, but it is definitely 9 whole days worth it. Better. 9 whole days better. That was going to be a beautiful statement of, I don't know, serendipity and synergy. There we go, that's another S word. Somebody slap me, take the camera away. Get out of here. All right, you beautiful people. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. This Bond Electroglide fretboard. Oh yes, 'tis the future. And the headstock is sexy as all hell. I'm sure you would agree. Let me know in the comments. Goodbye.